Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we have a Jane Doe, Jasper, Georgia. She was found December 31st, 2002. Estimated year of death is anywhere from 1950 to 2002. That is a long time. Estimated age is 43 to 99 years old. Estimated to be about 5'7". Cannot estimate the weight. Skeletal remains were found by squirrel hunters off MacArthur Road in Jasper, Georgia. Partial skeleton parts only, not recognizable. Unknown hair color, completely bald. Wrangler shorts, polo boxer shorts, size 34. Nike shoes, it doesn't give a color. Knit pullover shirt with "Life is Good" on the chest area. Wow. So we're going to look at some of the people that were missing. And at first I had the age in there, and then I took it out. So some of them aren't that age. So we have this lady. She went missing from Birmingham, Alabama, May 26, 1982. Yolanda Jean Mall. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It says she was to appear in court the morning of her disappearance for a divorce hearing. She spoke with her attorney around 9 a.m. that morning, but she didn't show up for court. She's not been heard from or seen since. Her car was found in an abandoned car lot near Captain D's in the 1100 block of 3rd West. So she was born and raised in Knoxville, Tennessee, attended Knoxville College, graduated in 1975 before getting married and moving to Birmingham, Alabama. Her hair was shoulder length and straight. Color is more brown than black, but could be considered a mixture. She wore beige pants and a red blouse the day she disappeared, per the daughter. The police report reflects Yolanda wearing a red short-sleeved top with a white skirt. So, car found in an open, abandoned car lot. This was just 39 minutes away from where she went missing. So that was the closest one I could find. Then we have Della Reese Richardson, and it doesn't give a height for her. And she went missing from DeKalb County, Georgia, Doraville, Georgia. She was 29 years old. She was 6 months pregnant when she went missing. She was last seen around 8 p.m. when she left her home on Eagle Rock Drive to meet her boyfriend at the Surset Northgate Mall. I don't know if I'm reading that right or if that's spelled right. Her boyfriend said she never showed up. Her 1978 Mercedes was found the next morning on Troy Street in Northwest Atlanta. Her keys and Bible were found inside her locked car. She was reported missing by her roommate. 6 months pregnant. Foul play is suspected. And here's a newspaper article that says, 8 months after a young DeKalb County woman closed her front door on the way to a Saturday night date, police are still baffled by her disappearance. Stella Reese Richardson was 6 months pregnant when she disappeared October 28, 1989. The likable 29-year-old secretary left her Eagle Rock Drive house near Doraville about 8 p.m. to meet her boyfriend at the Sears at North Lake Mall. He said she never showed up, and her car, a 1978 silver Mercedes given to her by her estranged husband, was found the next morning in a seedy section of downtown Atlanta. Her keys and Bible were found inside the locked car, which bore no fingerprints. No trace of Miss Richardson, a Connecticut native who friends and relatives said was looking forward to having her first child last winter, has been found since. It's still an open case. Lieutenant Gene Moss, head of DeKalb's Youth and Sex Crimes Unit, said last week, "We don't have any leads, not one single thread." Lieutenant Moss described the case as perplexing from the day Miss Richardson was reported missing by her roommate. "We never got anything on this one from the start," he said. "Community searches in late 1989 and early this year turned up nothing, but friends and family still hope for the best. We kind of always had foul play in mind, but I won't totally rule out the possibility of her being alive," said Adrian Jenkins, Miss Richardson's roommate and fellow worker. At Lowe Engineers, where Miss Richardson worked as secretary, her workspace is vacant and her computer bears her nameplate. It's going on a year now, and there's still nothing, Miss Jenkins said. It's still hard for me, still real hard. Some days it's harder than others. The cab investigator said Miss Richardson's case is their only open and active missing person case that appears to involve foul play. It is rare for a person to completely disappear for nearly a year, they said. Another noteworthy missing person case out of DeKalb is that of Darren Glass, considered one of Atlanta's missing and murdered children. Darren, 11, at the time of his disappearance, was last seen at his Memorial Drive home on September 14th, 1980. And Doraville's an hour and 20 minutes away from Jasper. Then we have Diane Green, and she was 5'7". Date of last contact, October 13th, 1998, 33 years old. It said she was having issues in Georgia and planned to move back to Texas. So you can pause that and read anything if you like. And that was an hour and 24 minutes away. And then we have Atlanta. We have Lena Rebecca Morris, 5'3" to 5'5", it says, 89 years old. Last seen at 10 a.m., July 15th, from Chapel Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Black hair, brown eyes. She was 89 years old, so she's a little bit shorter, though. And then we have Lydia Michelle McDuffie, Atlanta, Georgia, 5'8". Last seen August 18th, 1991, near her home in Atlanta, Georgia, talking to a friend. Her mother reported her missing 2 days later when she failed to come back for her children and failed to show up at her job at the Comfort Inn on North Avenue. Burgundy uniform dress trimmed in pink. She had her white top and jeans. Okay, and then we have Cheryl Bernita Parks, missing since January 10th, 1992, 5'9", a little bit taller, Atlanta, Georgia. She was last seen leaving her boyfriend's apartment on Southeast Fern Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia, January 10th, 1992, about 11 p.m. She was en route to a party at the time, but never arrived. She worked at Morehouse College cafeteria and has 2 children. She was 32 years old, chipped front tooth, and that is an hour and a half away. And then we have Ellen Townsend, 55 years old, 5'9". March 30th, 1998, she went missing. She was reported to have left home walking and hasn't been seen or heard from since. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, in 1998. And they don't know what happened to her. 55 years old. That's an hour and 45 minutes from Jasper. And then we have Sarah Murphy. She was 85 years old and 5'6". And she was last seen on July 7th, 1999, in the East Winton section of Columbus, Georgia. Wears glasses. And that is about 3 hours away. So those are the ones that I have that I decided to include. And so I don't even know if any of those could be this Jane Doe. So if you have any information about who you think might be this Jane Doe, maybe you know somebody, a family, loved one, friend, relative that went missing, that's not in NamUs. That's not actually you got to check and make sure your loved one, your friend, whoever you know that went missing, make sure they're in NamUs. Make sure they actually have a missing case file And if you can't get them in NamUs, see if you can't put them in the Doe Network and the Charlie Project. But I would try to make sure they're in all of them. And if you have any information about who this might be or what might have happened to any of those missing persons, even if it's hearsay, something you've heard over the years, you're not sure if it's relevant. I would think anything's probably relevant at this point, anything. So please contact authorities with the information that you have. Don't forget to pray for their family and their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.